The Mason Park water witch shows its tricks. That's the pied-billed grebe. This is part 2 on fights, food, feathers, and foot shipping, term you may never have heard about. Part 2 documents for Mason Regional Park, City of Irvine, Orange County, California, some pied-billed grebe behavior you might see while visiting the park. The videos were filmed during a 2-week period in late July 2025. There will be a photo taken in April of 2025 you will also see. Part 1 described the quick sinking immersion of the species. Quite a stunt. The grebe videos are part of my YouTube Field Notes series for Mason Park. This will be the 5th one. Here's a map you can download from the internet showing the main features of Mason Park. All these reference addresses will be in the show notes. Pied-billed grebes can be found year-round at Mason Park. I'll show a bar chart for pied-bills and the other grebe species that are often found at Mason during the year from the eBird site. These are based on checklists submitted by birders, and I asked for 2000 to 2025. You may be able to see that at the park there are 2 main grebe species over the course of a year, pied-bill and eared, with 3 other species rarely seen. During the summer it's usually only pied-bills. The species is pretty pugnacious. Although I don't think pied-bills had established territories at Mason in July, there were aggressive interactions between individuals. It involved chasing both on and under the water, and if contact was made, biting. Here from a frame of a video is the attack posture of an adult pied-billed grebe. Its head is puffed up and horizontal to the water. The victim's best strategy, if it encountered an aggressive individual, was to swim away from the area. But if it was stalked at close distance, it would fly away on the water, or less likely dive. You're going to see this. This and the next video are of the same 2 individuals. May have been chased already away. Not in adult breeding plumage, the first one. And it just ran away, basically. And this one, probably the same 2, wondered where is the aggressor? Well, what the aggressor is doing is it's swimming underwater to resume the attack. Lunges. And then this sequence at 1/8 speed, just to give you some idea of things, I'm going to zoom into these 2. I did that in the field when I was taking the picture. I anticipated this. You can see that position of the head on the grebe on the left. Grebes are rarely seen flying, but you can see them in these aggressive encounters. Let's look at food habits. Pied-billed grebes eat a variety of aquatic organisms. The 3 main groups are insects, crustaceans, and small fish. All of these prey items have non-nutritious hard parts that pose a challenge for digestion. That quote is from that paper that's below. How do the grebes overcome that challenge? Wait and see. wait and see. If I was lucky and saw a piedbill with food in its bill, I tried to quickly get a picture of it. Usually it swallowed small prey items before I could get a shot off. There was one time, while filming a bird in shallow water, that I did capture the end of its catch. This is at 1/2 speed. What's it eating? Had to position that in the right way to swallow it. That gave me a chance to get the camera ready. I'm going to show you a frame from that. I think it looks like a small carp from this frame. If I'm wrong, let me know, and I'll put the new species in the show notes. And then this one was hunting for prey and got a tadpole. Too bad it did it behind the rock. But it comes paddling out quickly. Maybe it doesn't want another grebe to steal it from it. And that's the frame from the video you just saw. Here is a larger prey that it's not a video, it was a series of shots. Looks like a crayfish. This is a better picture of it with the head of the crayfish on the left. The slide was brightened. The photo was brightened. Now, it turns out that grebes eat feathers. All grebe species eat their own feathers. This has been known for over 500 years, according to that reference below. They are the only bird group that does so. Feathers don't have much nutrients, and as my reference states, it would be like eating a diet of one's fingernails. That reminds me of the mythological bird, the oslim, the bird with one wing shorter than the other that flies in circles until it eats itself. What's the explanation for this behavior? Well, AI says that, after reviewing the literature, that piedbill grebes eat their own feathers for a fascinating reason, to aid digestion. They ingest feathers which then form dense balls in their digestive tract, acting as a filter to protect their intestines from sharp prey parts like crayfish claws and fish bones. This unique behavior helps regulate digestion by slowing down the process, allowing for more efficient nutrient absorption. The ball of feathers and undigestible prey remains are regurgitated at night, so I have to get rid of that. So next I'll show you a grebe eating its own feathers. This is at 1/4 speed. I'll show you another feather it ate at 1/8 speed. You ever try and eat a feather? Looks like it's hard work. And here's another one. Same individual. If you watch a preening grebe, you'll see a number of feathers being eaten. I did not see grebes eating feathers going by, except if they were their own. Let's look at shipping feet, a term that you may not be familiar with. AI says, and there's some errors here, piedbill grebes exhibit a unique behavior called foot shipping, where they extend a leg, shake off excess water, and tuck it under a wing to conserve heat. This behavior is particularly important for grebes, which spend a lot of time in the water and rely on their feet for swimming. So some corrections here. It's not only piedbills, but all grebes show this behavior. And piedbills don't extend a leg. Ear grebes do. They not mentioned, they can put both feet under their wings. It happens very, very quickly. Piedbills flick their feet to get rid of the water, as you will see. Now, if you haven't seen the feet of the piedbill grebe, rarely, but it did happen, they will climb on top of a rock that's surrounded by water. I have a couple of videos showing that. It was a surprise the first time it happened. It's going to jump up. It has lobed feet. See how awkward the bird is? The feet are toward the back of the body, the very end. And it's going to put those feet underneath its wings. How do I know the grebe has shipped a foot? How do I know this grebe has shipped a foot? One side of the body, the one with a foot under a wing, sits lower in the water, as this demonstrates. And here's one shipping grebe in actual speed. The foot is actually on the back before it goes under the wing. Look, you see that? Did you blink? Let's do it at 1/16 speed. Same video. And even that's not slow enough. But my editing program only had that as the slowest speed. It's actually, you can see that the foot is resting on the back. Takes its foot and puts it, ships it under its wing. And here is a young bird, has that those markings on the side of its head, and it's going to put both feet under its wings. So it's going to turn around, it's going to rotate. You can see something's happening in the back part. And there's the foot, it's just flicking it. That we won't see that go into the wing, we will see the motion of the wing. So I'm pretty sure that's under the left wing. And then its right foot is also on its back. And it's under. So a note on the photography. All of the grebe photos and videos were taken with a Nikon B700 Super Zoom camera that was discontinued years ago. The subjects were not disturbed or artificially attracted or called into my photography position. I handheld the camera for taking the videos and photos for the aggression, some of the food feeding scenes, and the duet. A tripod was used for the feather eating and shipping sections. The material has not been edited except for some croppings of images and video segments and some brightening. So I hope you enjoyed part 2 of this piedbill grebe series. This has been another of my JDW talks. I have YouTube talks on genealogy topics, census, Ellis Island, immigration and naturalization, lots of natural history topics, virtual birding field trips, birding optics, California birds, and then Mason Park nature notes. I've only been in Irvine since March of 2025. And also novelty zithers, biology songs, and daybed disassembly, which is one of my more popular YouTube videos. So go out and observe nature. You might see some interesting behavior. Enjoy.